Hello. Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the stream. Hello, what's up, everybody? Oh my gosh, we're back. It's a beautiful Thursday. We're hanging out. We're enjoying it. I got up early, started working on some orc stuff. And we finished up some of that orc terrain that I was showing off yesterday. Let me see if I can get you a picture of that. We finished it off, boys. We got it all striped up and everything. Let's see, here's a good one. Here we go. We got some pinstripes on there, little yellow terrain, some goofy little orc faces, all that kind of good stuff. We also did, I also did some barricades. See if I can find those. Oh yeah, we've been up, we've been productive. Here you go. Here is a set of barricades that I did, some orc barricades. It's pretty fun, pretty cool. It's artistic and kind of like enjoyable to kick back and do a little orc terrain, you know. A lot of fun. What's up, everybody? Is this Wog Orc or Dabu? I'd say both, because, you know, I like both kinds. I like both sayings. Scooter Rules, welcome to the stream. Dude Boy Orkboy, what are your thoughts for a third class for Bard / Rogue? You're thinking either Shadow Knight, Shaman, or Cleric. Ooh. Well, all three are pretty good choices. If you was to do the Shadow Knight, for example, you would have a ton of damage, and between your life taps and all of the sustain that the Bard gives, you could probably keep your character alive pretty well. But you wouldn't have any heals, like any actual direct heals or buffs necessarily, except for your own self buffs. Shaman's a fantastic pick because you have all those buffs, you got those slows, you got the heals, you got movement speed, you know, all that good stuff. And then Cleric, you could play it like a massive battle cleric. It would work as a really exceptional battle cleric. You would basically play your character as the main cleric, and then you'd have the Bard and the Rogue to back it up with attacks and utility. Shadow Knight Rogue Druid, you haven't touched EQL, but that's what you want to play. Nice, Denver. Good to see you, dude. Welcome in. I'm a Shadow Knight Shaman Enchanter, which is a pretty cool combo. I've been liking it a lot, and I think the next selection I'm going to do is Shadow Knight Druid Wizard. We're going to try out the Druid Wizard. Mostly for the teleports, right? You can save those in your ritual section, and you can kind of continually use them, you know, even after you're not a druid or a wizard anymore. You have access to those as rituals, which is pretty cool. So I do want to learn those, but I think while I am those classes, it's going to be really cool to... it'll be nice because I'll have the druid for heals and buffs and all that good stuff, and then the wizard is a massive amount of DPS, and I could spellblade. I want to try out spellblading the ice comet. That's what a lot of people are doing. It sounds really powerful and pretty fun too. Yo, what's up, Raina? How you doing today? Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a lot of fun over on the TLP. I'm sure you've probably seen some massive box armies by now. And there will be. I almost can guarantee you there's some guy who's getting ready for like 16 boxes and stuff like that to push some of those raid targets. So many? I know. And it's funny because I usually do box a pair of characters on the TLPs. And this time I kind of skipped for several reasons. One, EQL has been so popular and so nice for me. Two, since it's so heavily boxed, I almost felt like less interested. You know what I mean? And I'm also much more interested in the Lothar server. So we will be definitely playing the Lothar server when that launches. I think I might main a bard. I think I might try a bard main, which might be kind of fun. I've never mained one before, and I think it would be pretty interesting to start off a little bit higher level in the game and then work my way back as a bard, do a little backtracking, a little back flagging, that kind of stuff. And I'm pretty good at pulling and everything like that, so I think I could handle it. It's only 2 more streams, then off to EQ2. Nice, dude. Yeah, I think I might get in on that because I have my active subscription. So I'll probably at least jump in for like a day or two. I definitely wanted to get a nice solid session in with Cyber Jarl, since he really loves EQ2 as well, and I think he'll be over there also. So I would like to get in a solid sesh with the boy. Hey, Zoe Wang, welcome in. Does anybody know where the parcel guy is in Irudin? Ooh, you might be able to use your finder locator. Let me see. Friends. Do we have a finder locator on here? Mine might be unbound, but I can check. Maybe not. I thought we had a finder, like a locator. It worked? Oh, sweet. What's the hotkey, by the way? I may have rebound mine, which I don't think I would do, but it's not coming up, so. Control F is the default? Yeah, that's what I used. You have find hotkey on your bar? Yeah, you might be able to do a /find as well. No? Let me check here. Here it is. Find button. And then, yeah, you might be able to pick him out from there. Bring up a yellow path. That's a pretty cool option. I've used that find option for navigating zones, finding NPCs, all that kind of good stuff. So it's pretty cool. I guess my control F is unbound or is either bound to something else. I don't know what I would have did, but I think I've changed it. All right. Let me check my spells before we go. I just did, right before I booted up the stream, I did a little bit of inventory management, and we went through all the items that I got yesterday, and I upgraded about 3 pieces, so three pieces of equipment got upgraded during yesterday's shenanigans. So that is really awesome. We're almost level 50. We're about halfway through 48, and so I think I could easily get 49 today. That would be real nice. That would be real nice. Ooh, group resist magic. Nice. Yeah, I'd really like to get at least 49. Possibly even 50 today. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, I still have a few items in my inventory. We gotta make sure to put those away before we get going. Because you know how it is. As soon as you start going, you're gonna get a ton of equipment drops. Ton of items. So we'll just put a few pieces away. Yo, Gazrook 2020, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for that follow. Appreciate that so much. Yo, Gopley, how you doing, dude? What's cracking? Oh boy, there's that frickin' Metroid coming out. Bum 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 bum. What's she gonna do? Ooh. I just like to make those noises, by the way. So, you know what I mean? It's really just an excuse so I can make all those cool noises. What's up, dude? Gopley, hope you're having a fantastic day. You're chilling out? Nice, brother. We appreciate you coming by the stream today. And thank you so much. Yo, Veratheus coming in with that orc poem. Let's go. This one, let's see, we'll find a new one. We've been reading a lot of the same ones lately. This one is called Magical Eraser by Shel Silverstein, as read in New York voice.
She wouldn't believe this pencil has a magical eraser. She said I was silly. Moo. She said I was a liar. Too. She dared me to prove that it was true. And so what could I do? I erased her.
It's got a cute picture. It's got a cute picture of like a person that's kind of erased, you know. Thank you so much, Veratheus, for that sweet, sweet orc poem. We got another question over here on YouTube. Which pet are you going with? The SK pet with Harm Tech and Taps, or the Enchanter pet with LOH and Heals? Ooh. Well, for most of the time, we've been doing charm pets, right? But today, I think I just learned my newest pet. I just learned the newest animation, Kintaz's animation. So I was gonna summon him and see what he's all about. Animates a weapon and shield to attack your enemies. Consumes a tiny dagger when cast. And I think I still have some more tiny daggers. Yeah, I've got 8 of them. Let me try. I've been using the Shaman pet for the most part because he seems to be a bit higher damage. But let me find out here. Kintaz. Level 48 conjuration. Yeah, warrior paladin. Yep, he's buffing me, or he's buffing himself anyway, and he'll probably buff me too. I kind of like this one. I think we'll do this for now because I plan to go down to the hole and grind a bit, so we'll try it out. All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I say we get out there and do some grindage. In EQL, how hard is it to switch between classes? Would it be feasible to level up the classes for porting, reses, and buffs, or is it more complicated by just clicking a button switching classes? Ooh, good question, Veritheus. You have a loadouts tab, and in the loadouts tab, you can create a new loadout. So, like, my first loadout was Shadow Knight Shaman. That was essentially what I started with, and then when I hit level 10, I made my new loadout, which was Shadow Knight Shaman Enchanter. Now, if I hit this add button, I get another, like a character select screen, and I can select 2 other classes for my loadout. My primary class I'm locked into, but there is a way to change it if you really want to change it. It costs some kind of in-game currency. I'm not sure if it's platinum or what, but because I haven't done it yet. So it's easy, but you have to do it at a home city. You can't do it on the fly. So you can't go to the dungeon and then just decide to switch mid-group. You'd actually have to go to like a safe city, like a sanctuary, to change. And then when you change, you automatically go to the level of the lowest level that you change. So when I do eventually change to Druid/Wizard, it's going to go down to level 10. Even my Shadow Knight part of me will be level 10. You know what I mean? So we get like a squish, but as soon as I change back to my previous loadout, they'll all be as high a level as I left off at. I think it's a pretty good system. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Okay, how do I get through here? I slipped through here yesterday somehow. Actually, I think someone said it's not even locked. Yeah, that's right. Someone was like, I did like the little trick where you slip through the crack. And then someone was in the chat was like, you don't even have to do that, Orkboy. It's unlocked. And I was like, oh, it's unlocked? I was like, okay. Yeah, I'm a ding-dong. I think I'm going to do a tier 1. I'm going to do my solo instance, I think. Enable personal instance, solo instance. Let's go tier 1. Because I'm here to grind, so... You know. Didn't work. Am I locked out? I'm locked out of Plane of Fear. But yeah, I beat Fright and he didn't drop any loot. Can you believe that? What a ding dong.
What a ding dong.
Enable personal instance, solo instance. It's not working. Okay. I guess I can't do a personal instance. I wanted to. No worky. Solo instance. Yeah, I guess it's not working. I can't click this. Go to the next zone. Well, I don't know. I'm not in an expedition, so I don't know. Maybe it's down for now. Oh, because of Yale. The hole's a raid zone, so you can't make a personal instance, or so you hear. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There should be like one of those blobs or whatever, those raid blobs somewhere, where you can make your own like raid instance. Yeah, because you can do like a tier 0, tier 1, tier 2, Yale, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, Aurora Adastra, how you doing today? Good to see you. Good to see you. I saw you the other day. I was over in Cat's channel from Warcraft, Apricot, and I saw you in there, and so that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That's a cool streamer. I like her a lot. You like her? You're there all the time? Nice, dude. I was kind of bopping around and saying hello to various streamers and stuff that I watch. And I popped in there. I saw you in the chat. I said, oh, dude, there she is. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like bumping into someone in the halls, you know? I hope you're doing well, my friend. We are getting ready for some sweet, sweet grindage. I'm level 48 and a half, and so I'd like to try and get to 49 today if I can, which I should be able to. Only raid instance, Reina? Yeah, I realize that now. No worries. That's fine. Okay, so we will start to crawl our way down to the bottom. That's how he found me? Oh, sweet. She's been so nice. She's been so supportive. And I've been following her for many, many years. Many, many years. Big fan. I did join Lo-Fi briefly on the TBC. I started off as Horde. And I had a 70 Orc Hunter, and I was doing Karazhan and stuff with some friends, and then I decided to spin up a Elf Hunter as well. I joined Lo-Fi for a little bit, but I never leveled all the way up, and I didn't get a chance to raid and stuff, and so. But it was nice to be a part of it for a little brief time. Alright, let's do a little dexterity. Dexterity helps me with my big proc. That big proc. Which I'm using life tap right now, so I am proccing life tap, which I think is pretty good. Chloroplast. I'm gonna need my I do need AoE Mez. So let's do this. We'll get a slow on here. We'll get AoE Mez. Save this spell set as ready, and then I will load up the buffs spell set. You're slowly leveling a shaman in Lo-Fi? Nice. For sure they're all still active if you ever come back. Yeah, I was playing it, and I kind of started getting toward the end of my subscription time before it was going to renew. And I was like, ooh, do I really want to keep renewing? I'm not playing it as much as I probably should, so I just decided not to renew. Otherwise, I probably would still be over there raiding and stuff like that. But I was just trying to kind of like keep my budget in balance, you know, and make sure I'm not subscribing to stuff I'm not doing too much. Try to pick and choose my subscriptions, you know what I mean? That budget. That gamer's budget. How many new players on Frost River are using Potter's maps just because someone told them everyone else does? Catching so many people just running across the zone straight to rares? They're probably a lot, dude. If I was to guess, you know, I actually kind of thought to myself, I was like, with this rule set, with the way they're going to, like, how it's going to be kind of like a no holds barred, open, do what you want kind of a deal. I was thinking to myself, they're going to use this to, like, catch some cheaters. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be monitoring everything and try and catch some cheaters, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if some ban waves go out. Understandable. EQL is more interesting right now, IMO. Yeah, dude, that too. I've been very blessed and very lucky to have a bit of traction with EQL. I've been playing EQ since '99, so you know, it's just a game that I do kind of know a lot about. I wouldn't say I'm like the best guy at it or anything, but you know, I know enough stuff to keep it interesting. Hey, there we go. Cool guy named Vane. I like it. Captain Vane. Arr, me matey. Arr. We be on. Arr, me matey. I be Captain Vane. I'm gonna need you to man those cannons on the starboard side. Arr, arr, arr. You got it, Captain. I'll be on that starboard side. Alright, well, since we can't do a solo instance, let us do this. We're going to go to the pick zone of difficulty 2. We're going to do D2 open world. We'll try it out, see if it's a little hard. And we're just going to grind. We're just going to fight and grind, bump and grind, bump and grind. We're cranking.
We're grinding. We're cranking and grinding.
Hey, Rockab, how you doing, man? The first week of beta, they banned, you believe, 3 cheaters? Ooh. Them dang old cheaters. Okay, so these guys are tougher than I thought. Let me go ahead and mesmerize this guy with a bit of a longer mez. I have both my AoE mez and a mez that's like a little over a minute long. So I should be able to keep stuff pretty well locked down. Gotta keep it locked down. Nice, nice. There we go. We're getting between 0.60 and 0.80 per mob right here, and these are like, these are light blue, so they're, you know, they're not as good as dark blue. Okay, here we go. We're working our way in. We're working our way in into the depths of the hole. Preparation H feels good on the whole. I bet it does. I bet it does. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're fighting. Shiftless deeds. I do want to keep that slow available for harder mobs. like the golems and stuff. They get pretty tough. So we gotta kind of, just keep everything just nice and slow paced. I'm not in a hurry. Cause it ain't in no hurry. And I ain't got no worries at all. Man. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say he resisted twice, but I just landed one. Actually, I don't have to use shiftless deeds. I could use a lower version. I could honestly use drowsy and be okay with it. It's almost just as good, and it's just a much faster cast. We don't really need a lure. Yo, Vane, how you doing, dude? Thank you so much for that follow. I just saw you in the hole, and we were I did a whole entire pirate captain montage. I did a Captain Vane monologue for you, dude. Hey man, just saw you in the hole. Yeah, dude. I was doing some pirate stuff, some pirate RP. I was using your name, dude. Captain Vane. Arr, me matey, arr. Yo, tinfoiled hat. How you doing today? Good to see you, fellow. We're getting down in the hole. We're cruising. I'm looking to level up. It's a leveling day today. Damn, you'll have to look it up later. I just said, arr, me matey. Man the starboard cannons, arr, fire at will. And then I said, yes, Captain Vane. That's literally about it. But it was funny. I do a bit of pirate RP on the Atlas game. And my pirate company is called the Sea Hags. I play a female pirate. She's a big hag lady. She's a tattoo lady. She tattoos all these other pirates and all these Navy guys and stuff. It's pretty fun. I play a hag. A sea hag. Arr. Arr, me matey. Arr. We be the sea hags. Yeah, we get down on Atlas roleplay. So Atlas is kind of an abandoned game. It was created by the same company that created Ark Survival. And so it's got you can tame creatures, you can build your boat from scratch, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. It's very fun. It's a very cool game. But it didn't get very popular, and it kind of got sold a few times, and now it's abandoned. But Ark itself has come up with a new DLC they announced called Bob's True Tales, Tides of Fortune. It's supposed to be a DLC for Ark soon. That's basically kind of going to be like an Atlas rehash. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see what that's like. It's pretty fun. You build some ships, you sail around, you gather resources, you do treasure maps and sunken ships and things like that, so you can salvage and all that kind of stuff. And they had a pretty good, a pretty large PvP mode for it when it first launched. It's just an overall fun pirate game. One of my favorites. Oh, we got an elemental crusader coming in, getting cheeky. He's getting cheeky with us. We'll go ahead and mez him if I can. I keep getting interrupted. There we go. We got the mez. Mez is mesmerize. You pretty much, it's like a crowd control. It's like if you were a mage in Warcraft and you sheep something, right? You've locked them down from doing any actions for a while. Tinfoiled Hat says, you went linked it in that area down the hole by the water once on your enchanter and internet was down for hours. You came back into a swarmed room all by yourself. You gated and just made it out. Nice, dude. What a close one. Yeah, I've had that happen before too. On harder servers, right, where you have corpse runs and you drop a corpse and all that stuff. And like, I would log into an alt and I would search the zone, see if anyone was in there. I'd say, hey man, are you guys? One time it happened to me in the assassin room, the assassin / supplier room. And I was like on a 30-something character, right? So as soon as I log in, if that room's full, it's instant death. And we had, same here. Mine was on P99 green. And so I was like, I went on different alt and I kept searching Guck, lower Guck. And I would send messages to people that were there. I'd be like, hey, are you guys in the supplier room? I'm logged out in there. I need to log in. Finally, I did get a hold of someone. Someone was on. Someone was in there. And I was like, oh, dude. I was like, I need to do a corpse recovery. Or I need to, like, be able to log in, you know. Are you guys in there? And they were like, yeah, we're in here. And I was like, ooh, is it empty? Because I need to log in. And they were like, yeah, it's empty. Sure enough, logged in. It was fine. Room was empty. Those people were sitting there. And I was able to make my escape. I think I actually joined them, too. Like, I got invited to the group. Gotta bail. You'll check out your stream later, though. Cool meeting you. Hell yeah, dude. Enjoy your day, my friend. We appreciate you stopping by. It really helps out. It helps out a lot. We've been doing a partner push on Twitch. So anything helps. Anyone, if you can lurk in the stream, that does help as well. And we've been doing pretty good. We met the requirements for one 30-day span, and so we'll have to see. I'm not sure if I'm actually working towards the second 30 days right now. I'll have to find out a little bit later, but it might be a couple days, and then the next month kicks in. So we might have a few extra streams for May, for the May cycle still, which is fine. I'm pretty confident. Okay, all right, we're doing pretty well. I'm gonna go back to the beginning real quick, and I actually have to use the restroom, so we're just gonna kind of fight some of these creatures for a bit. Holy smokes, do I have 3? That's a lot. Lock them down. Let's go ahead and get some longer mezzes on these. 1 minute. For a short ass up room, you love it when you can actually go LD and you come back ass up. Yeah, dude. We almost did. We almost turned into a fried egg, sunny side up. Go ahead and harm touch this guy. Boom. Give him that harm touch. I don't like this harm touch. The damage over time version. I like the one where you just blam and just hits them, dude, hard. I like the original Harm Touch. Freaking just a solid freaking boom. It's supposed to be the opposite of a lay on hands. It's a harm on hands. So that is technically what it's supposed to do. I don't know why it got changed to a dot. It was a nerf that was introduced in Everquest some years ago to kind of curtail those situations where it'd be like 10 Shadow Knights camping some singular mob. Mob would spawn and it would be like instantly deleted by the Shadow Knights, by their harm touches, you know, boom, 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 boom. So they turned it into a DOT, but people don't even really do that anymore. That only matters in the first 3 expansions, you know what I mean? So you don't have to nerf it for the whole game to like fix it. Yo, Arthax Unleashed, how you doing today, my friend? Holy smokes, there he is. Look at how handsome. Oh my gosh. What up, dude? Let's do a shout out. We're gonna do an official shout out for Arthax Unleashed. An absolute fantastic streamer. And a very lovely person. Super positive, super chill, super nice, and very supportive as well. So we appreciate everything you do, my man. Hit that big follow button up above. Don't let it pass you by. Don't skip on it now. Don't skip on it now. Arthax has also been doing a partner push, and he usually streams in the evenings, so you can definitely find him there. Now we know you're lying, dude boy, orc boy. What? The very polite feller part? I don't think so. I don't think so. Luke, see? You brought out the dude boy, orc boy minstrel. You brought out the minstrel, dude. Oh boy, we're singing praises. We're singing praises. Here we go. This is my favorite one, actually. Yeah, there we go. I like that one. The orc, the half human.
Well, you know what? I am a half human. Well, I am half human.
Yeah, we know, Orky. Yo, Sanguine, what's up, dude? Holy shit. I like that. How's the water hole treating you, my man? I've been lurking, dude. I pop in on those water hole streams, dude. I'll be there, bro. It's very good. Hey, Greg L, how you doing? What zone am I in? This one is called The Hole, and this one's pretty cool. So there's a city on the continent of Otis called Payneal, right? Payneal was a bit of a branch off of Iridan, so it's a lot of Iridites that they were a little more dark. They wanted to pursue more like necromantic magic and stuff like that. And like black magic, really. And so they kind of got booted from Iridan. Iridan is known as more of like a, not like a light magic, but yeah, so they have like clerics, they have enchanters, magicians, wizards, that kind of thing. But they kind of look down on the dark arts. They look down on necromancy and stuff like that. So a sect of Iridites came and founded this city, Payneal. And during all their dark rituals and dark rites and all that stuff, they they blew up like a huge hole in the ground, and it went all the way as deep as into like Brel's kingdom. Brel is the god of the like the underground god or whatever. He's like the Underdark, the lord of the underworld. And so the accident that happened that blew up that big hole actually went as deep as Brel's lair. Brel's minions and stuff started to rise up from the bottom of the planet. And so that's what this place is. This is the hole. And it's like it's a whole nother land, like an underground land. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There was a whole expansion that Everquest did on it called Underfoot, which was pretty cool. And you actually have to get there through this dungeon. You have to go through the hole into the Underfoot. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it. We're here grinding some EXP. I'm level 48 right now. And we're trying to get to at least 49 this session, but I wouldn't mind actually finishing it off and getting to 50. We'll probably get to 49 this session and then just, you know, work towards 50. And then probably finish up level 50 tomorrow. Hey, there he is. What's up, Keytalks? How you doing, dude? It actually is kind of a hole. It is. Down in a hole. Oh. Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. I'm just kind of stretching my legs a little bit.
Hello.
I gotta use the restroom real quick, and then I'll be back. Yo, Dark Animist, how you doing?
Hello.
Good to see you. We're grinding through 48. We are at 67% through the level, so doing pretty well there. Wonder why I can't redeem any Tangias. Well, it is the land of Everquest.
It is the land of Everquest.
I should probably turn that volume down on that one a little bit. Hey, Forge Father, welcome in, dude. How you doing today? Check it out, guys. We just finished up a new batch of orc terrain yesterday. We did some buildings like these. We got them all painted up. We got them weathered. We got the pinstriping and everything on them. So these are looking pretty good. And then I did some barricades as well. These are in the Bad Moon color scheme. It's kind of yellow. Yeah. So we were doing some orc terrain over the past few days, and we just finished up that whole big batch this morning. So we're right on time. A orc builder finishes his projects right on time. All right, I'll be right back. I just need to use the restroom real quick, and I will be right back. If you're new in the stream, hit that follow. If you're over on YouTube, give us a like and a subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Hello. We're back. Thank you guys so much for hanging out in the stream, supporting the chat while I take a small break. How many pet gearboxes do I have? Ooh. With this combination, I have, I believe it's 6 slots. Yeah. I only have 6 slots. If you do pure pet classes, I believe you get 2 slots per. Yeah. Wait, how does it work? I'm pretty sure that if you do like a mage or a necro or a beast lord or something, you end up with 8 slots instead of 6. So you get 2 additional slots, I think, if you do a pet class like that. I think you get 2 slots per. I've seen people with 8. I've seen people with 8 slots, and I think that's because they have like a pure pet class. So while my classes do have pets, like my Shadow Knight has a pet, he's a hybrid. He's not really like an actual pet class. Even though he gets one, it's like a lower level one. And then my Shaman, same thing. They're not really a pet class. They're a priest. So even though they do get a pet, it's not like a real pet. And then the Enchanter, obviously, pretty much the same scenario. They're not a pet dependent class, even though they generally really like thrive with a pet. So I think that's how it all works. You swapped Wizard for Berserker, and you went to D for Befallen as a new level 10 with none of the sweet gear. Nice, dude. That's what I'm gonna change mine to, is Druid/Wizard after this. Druid/Wizard. And I'm going to learn all those sweet rituals. Okay, let's get back in here. We've been lagging a little bit here. I'm running slow this morning, chat. I'm running a little slow. Slow. Look at that. We snuck in. We got this guy. We pacified that other guy, and I just snuck right past him. We're grinding. We're hoping to get at least level 49 today, which I think I can. You want to see that Ice Comet Spellblade action? Yeah, dude. That's one of the things I want to try. That sweet Ice Comet. So that's what I figure. Like, the Druid can heal me. It'll still be the Shadow Knight as the main, and the Druid will be healing me, and the Wizard will just be like terrorizing everything with all the nukes. We'll try it out. And then you get to learn all the teleportations as rituals. So I can actually go back to this combo and still kind of like port myself around. Yeah, I think that that Ice Comet's going to be pretty nice. I think I still get pacifies with the Druid as well. So I should still be able to like split rooms up pretty well. I won't have mez, but I'll have like roots and things like that, roots and snares. I'll be able to do some crowd control. probably be killing stuff so fast that you won't even need it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Become better at hand to hand. Why did I become better at that? Did I get disarmed? I wonder if I was disarmed. Maybe. So the pet that I have out now is a hybrid. It's got Paladin built into it. And so he can actually do some buffs. He can actually heal me and stuff too, which is pretty awesome. A little heal guy. Yo, Reckless, what's up, dude? Bum, bum, bum. That chipmunk is so nervous. He's so suspicious and dramatic. That's a big chipmunk too, dude. Do you see the size of that thing? Holy smokes, that's the biggest chipmunk I ever saw in my life. Now that is one big chipmunk. Hope you're having a lovely day. Yeah, dude. Yeah. We're feeling good. We're up. We're at it. We're feeling good. I just finished up the orc terrain last night I was working on. So we got some orc huts that are like this. I did about 12 of them, different sizes. And then I did some barricades. This is some scatter terrain for Warhammer 40K. We did some orc barricades here. We got all the shading in, the weathering, all the pinstripes, all that good stuff. So we're doing real nice, real nice. I love when I finish up a set, you know. It's a pretty big set too. I did like 70 of those barricades. And so I would say total hours, I've got at least 20 hours into the whole set. Maybe more. That sweet, sweet Warhammer stuff. Oh yeah, he's a Warhammer nerd. Should have known Orky was a Warhammer nerd. Absolutely I am. It's amazing. Did you stream it? You don't know much about 40K. Are you gonna battle someone? I didn't stream it. No, it was all stuff I did sitting on my couch while I was watching TV in the evenings. I have streamed some painting streams before, and they are fun to do, but they're kind of tough because you have to have like several cameras running, right? Because you have to have cameras on what you're working on. You have to have a camera on you, and so it's a whole different setup. It's not bad or anything. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But since we're working on this right now, since I'm working on the partner push, and EQ Legend seems to be my best category for a long time, we're just going to stick with this on the stream. And then, we might switch over, do some artwork and stuff in the future. Orky collab art stream win? Dude. That could be pretty fun. I still haven't primed. The next project I'm going to do, Raina, is prime that canvas. I still haven't done it. I still haven't primed that canvas, dude. And I know what'll happen. As soon as I prime it, I'll be like, okay, cool, let's do this. I'll start painting it. You know how it is. So art is weird like that, where you kind of have to have inspiration as well to do it, right? So it's not just like, oh, you have this talent that you can do all the time, or you know what I mean? You have to be inspired. You have to have like creative juices flowing. And sometimes I just have a little bit of that for the day. And once I drain it, it's gone for the day. Okay, let's entrench this guy. Bing. Keep on fighting this guy. Oh yeah. We're doing things. 100%? Yeah, dude. And that's why I try not to like oversaturate my art either. Like, take little breaks in between. Get some various ideas. But it's easier for me to do it on the couch when I'm building the orc terrain, because what I do is I put on orc videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? So like I actually watch orc videos, like terrain videos and stuff, and kind of gets me a little creative. Or I might watch some mini wargaming. I might watch them do like some orc battles or something. And get a little juiced up. Get all juicy. You got a bunch of miniatures you need to paint at some point? Ooh. I got in on this one cool Kickstarter about like maybe 7-8 years ago, some miniatures. And so I've got a whole set of minis that I want to do. They're pewter. They're those old school like metal pewter ones. And as far as my pile of shame goes, I've got well over 400 miniatures to put together. Well over 400. So it's a little overload, right? Like it's slightly overloaded at the moment. And what I did was I bought some generic miniatures. Like I bought these generic orcs. I bought these generic warriors and Vikings and skeletons and just all these generic boxes of miniatures they were pretty cheap. They were only like $10 a box, you know, stuff like that. I got in on a pretty good sale one year, bought a bunch of them. I got a ton of zombie miniatures, probably over 100 zombies that I need to put together and paint as well. The generic orcs came in handy because I could swap out certain guns, you know, like I was doing my Warhammer 40K miniatures, and I was able to switch out like arms and legs and different helmets and stuff like that, you know, so that was pretty cool. Let's see, do I have to fight those guys or can I just go past? Yeah, let's just go past. I have been up there before. Up in here is a nice little place out on the ledge up here. There's a pretty cool spot, but it's kind of tedious to go and run and get the mobs. So, hey, there's Finkel. Look. Laces out, laces out. Finkel is Einhorn. Finkel is Einhorn. I bet you he is Einhorn. Look at him down there. Pretty crowded in there. Holy moly, okay, so even though that guy was pacified, he did not like me coming into the room like that. He was none too happy to see me. Okay, mez that guy, mez this guy. Okay, let's fight this dude. What kind of miniatures do you have, Raina? What do you have? What do you have? What kind of cool stuff do you have? Let's get that rock golem locked down again. Oh boy. What kind of miniatures do you have? Would you say they're more like D&D, or do you have Warhammer ones? What do you got?
What's in your pockets?
There it is. Gopley with the sweet, sweet Orkwog.
Ooh,
Gathering Pep's attention. You got some D&D ones? Nice. I love that. I love that. Yeah. I got more Warhammer minis than I do D&D, but a lot of the minis that I have, like those generic ones I was telling you about, they could translate to D&D pretty well. Like I got all these generic like spearmen and Vikings and stuff like I was saying. And those are pretty good. There we go. Slowed the golem. Slowed the golem. He's pissed at me now. He's so angry. He's such an angry golem. Yeah, we might have to take a charm pet with all these. With how tough these golems are. They're pretty tough. You think you got a dragon hippogriff, a manticore, and a few others? Ooh, those would be nice. That hippogriff would be cool to paint. We have a game shop in the market down the road. They stock up, so whenever you go in, you pick up a few. Ooh, nice. Awesome, awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a couple of game shops nearby me, actually, which are pretty cool. I took a little look around. I stepped in the door and took a little look around. Looked like some pretty cool folks there, some nerds and stuff. Some local nerds. I wonder if they would accept commissary. Like where maybe they let me stock some terrain there, right? Sell it at through their store, and then they take a little cut. One of my old game shops did that. You could essentially come in and sell part of your collection or whatever, and they would let you put it in their display case. They would sell it for whatever you priced it at, and then they would take like a little 10% of it, which was pretty cool. It allowed like amateur painters to paint stuff and essentially sell it. No, Gurker, don't die, Gurker. Gurker. Not Gurker. Oops. Never targeted the rock golem. The slow wore off, that's why. Damn, these golems are way too tough. Jeez, dude, these golems are way too tough. They're just so beefy. Too beefy. Rock golems ain't no thing. Dude, I need like a charm pet or something. I'm trying to slow this guy, but he keeps interrupting me. My slow is such a long cast. Ugh. No! Damn, dude. This rock golem is way too tough. We're gonna need a charm pet for those for sure. Oh look, my stance for some reason is not working. I wasn't in stance. Whew, that was a nightmare battle. We ended up pulling 4, and so I was keeping some locked down, but man, that was like a 10-minute battle. How are you enjoying the book? Ooh, you reading a book? Nice. My bedroom is too dark. I need a brighter light to read a book. I used to lay in bed and read books at my old place in the city, and it was crazy, dude. You could hear gun battles going off across the city. I'd be laying in bed reading a book, dude, and I'd hear freaking, like, several miles away, I'd just hear a gun battle. Boom, 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 pop, 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 pop. Like, Jesus, dude, what's happening out there? Very grateful to be out of the city. Even if it's like less work around here and stuff like that and harder to find work, I'll take it, dude. I'll take the peace of mind over the crowded city. Whew, that was some... We're gonna have to rest after that battle. Wow. Wow. That was a major battle. Dungeon Crawler Carl, you're on the audiobook and it's fantastic. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, sometimes I listen to audiobooks. Usually listen to audiobooks of books I've already read before. You know what I mean? Just because I already know the story, so it's just nice to kind of put them on in the background. Or if I'm on a long drive, I like a nice audiobook. That's pretty good too. Those long drives, man. Oof. I don't mind necessarily driving or doing long drives, but I'd rather be by myself, you know. I don't want to... If I have a passenger with me, it's a little... It's not as enjoyable, you know what I mean? Whenever I hate to say it, but whenever I take my mom on one of those long drives to like the doctors or something that's a little farther away, it's okay and it's fine and all, but like toward the end of the drive, I'm ready to be done with it, you know? Because there's a lot of like backseat driving, and you know, if we do like a sharp turn or something, there's always like a ooh, ah, you know. And it's like, hey, can you not make all the comments and all that stuff and backseat drive, please? I know how to do it. Oh, it's like, yeah, we're on a right angle turn. You're gonna get a little momentum over there. I made her sit in the back seat, dude. The last time we went to the dentist was really far away when she was getting her tooth implants. She was being so annoying, dude, that I pulled over. I made her get in the back seat, dude, and put on headphones. I was like, you got to put on some headphones, man. This is getting wild. I just need to be able to just drive without having all these like distractions and comments, and I get it, you know, but at the same time, we got to figure this out, dude. It wasn't bad. She was still kind of being a little bit annoying in the back seat though, but it wasn't that bad. I was able to kind of drown it out a little bit. I love my mom. But, 6 hours in the car with her can be a little much. Your dyslexia kicks your ass trying to read normal books. Takes you reading chapter like 6 or 7 times for it to stick. Yeah, I used to fall asleep a lot reading books. I used to have to reread chapters all the time because I'd get like halfway through a chapter, fall asleep, wake up the next day and be like, what happened? And then I would just read the chapter over. Damn, these things hit hard, dude. These Crusaders and those rock golems and stuff, dude. They actually do a lot of damage. I'm going to change my Shifted Steeds down to Drowsy, I think. It's a faster cast time. Yeah, let me do that. We don't need the highest slow, because even the lowest slow is slow enough. Much faster cast as well, so I can appreciate that. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're grinding. Baby. I made a nice little egg sandwich this morning on sourdough. That was pretty tasty. Kind of like a sunny side up egg, like a fried egg. But not very runny. And just did it on a little sourdough sandwich. Little egg Sammy. It's good. It's real good. How many 50 classes am I at? None, dude. This is my first team. So the first team will get to 50 probably tomorrow, honestly. Like I have a feeling I'll get to 49 today, but not sure I'll get all the way to 50. And then I would say we'll probably finish out the week with farming some gear, farming some planes and that kind of stuff. And then maybe like the start of next week, we'll do Shadow Knight, Druid, Wizard. We'll drop down to level 10 again. We'll work on the Druid, Wizard part. Yeah, I'm slow. I'm slow, you know what I mean? Like, I just like to play. Yo, Prismatica, P99, blue and green. Thank you so much for hitting that sweet follow for that huge dude boy, Orkboy energy. We appreciate it so much. Welcome to the stream. Hello. How's that for an intro, huh? Come on. That's a good intro for a new person to come by. Very warm and welcoming, I would say. Either that or we scare them away, right? It's only got two options. They love it and they stick around, or they hate it and they leave. We definitely breaking ice. Thank you so much.
When was the last time you heard of someone beating Everquest?
When was the last time you heard of someone playing EverQuest?
That's fair.
That's fair. Yep, they're not wrong. EverQuest. I like me some EverQuest. Check this out. Speaking of books, dude, Arthax, check this out, dude. I got this EverQuest book right here called The Rogue's Hour. Dude. I got an EverQuest novel, bro. Paperback. Old school, dude. I bought that book like 15 years ago, I think. They had some more. They also had like an EverQuest Dungeons and Dragons. They had a full-blown like Dungeon Master Guide, Player's Manual, everything. They had a monster manual. I never was able to get those books. I always wanted them. I did always want those books. Those EverQuest pen and paper RPG. I never got them. But I still want to this day. I still want a set of those books. Let's see here, Mr. Glunt. How you doing? You need some orc graffiti smack talking the other orc factions and races on those buildings. They need a sneaky Get Gretchen with a spray can figure who's instigating and fighting. Ooh, I like that idea. Like a little goblin is just like Bad Moons versus Death Skulls. Or like what he does is he comes by and he writes the word Bad Moons in yellow. Bad Moons. And then in blue scratches it out and writes Death Skulls. You know what I mean? Like they came up and crossed off the Bad Moons one and put the Death Skulls one instead. That'd be lit, dude. That'd be lit. I like it. I like that idea. I've got a couple of tech deck ramps that I found at a thrift store for pretty cheap. And I was going to like graffiti them up a little bit. And maybe either resell them or I could probably turn them into Warhammer terrain, dude. Have like a skateboarding orc. And he's like going up and down the tech deck ramps, dude. That could be a pretty cool, fun little video. Like a little quick reel on Instagram or something. Some tech deck orcs, dude. Modify the tech deck stuff to look like orc terrain. And then do some skateboarding videos. Some like orc skateboarding videos with it. that would be fun. I get little ideas sometimes. Glue magnets all inside underneath of the ramp so you can put magnets on the skateboard orc. Ooh. I was thinking, so the way I was thinking would be have like a little stick or like one of those, you know, those antennas or those like collapsible wands, you know, like just like a car antenna or something, right? And then have it attached to the orc so I could use it to like make them jump and stuff like that. But I like that idea too. The magnets could work pretty well. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. I like it. I like that idea. I see a lot of really creative stuff on for shorts and reels, you know what I mean? short form content seems to be very popular indeed. Very popular. We're just hanging around Castle Gate right now. I'm not really... I don't want to go too far down where it's going to be much harder. We're just kind of sniffing around the Castle Gate. We're almost 49, so the experience isn't really bad. And it's nice and slow enough pace that I can chat with you guys and stuff and hang out. So, yo, Dirty Old Socks in the house. How you doing, my friend? Good morning to you. Good morning, my friend. How we doing, good sir? We are absolutely fabulous. Ab fab, baby. Woo! I finished up some orc terrain last night, or this morning rather. And so we did a bunch of orc huts that look like this. I did about 12 of these units, 12 of these buildings, and they got, you know, a little bit of weathering, some pinstripes, all that good stuff. And then I did about 70 something of these barricades right here, 70 something of these barricades. So we just finished up a new set of orc terrain that I've been working on offline, which is nice because I do sell those online and they do make me a little bit of cash, a little cashish, baby. How are we paying today? We're paying with cashish. So yeah, it's been pretty nice. It's been pretty fun. It also is very like creative. It gets my like artsy side kind of going. Get all juiced up. You thought you smelled something? Crunchy old socks, dude. I had a buddy he had the worst foot odor, I swear to God, man. And it was because he didn't wear socks, actually. So it was actually the opposite effect because he didn't wear socks. Dude, his feet smelled like ammonia or something. Like one time he pulled his shoe off and put it back on, and the whole room fucking blew up with the smell of ammonia. I said, God, what is that? Oh my God. And he was laughing and chuckling and shit. And I said, dude, are you guys like cleaning the floor in the kitchen or something? Is that like ammonia or what is this? He's just laughing, dude. It was his foot, dude. He took his foot out of his shoe for a split second and put it back in. I said, Jesus Christ, dude. I was at his house, so I really couldn't like kick him out or anything, but I would have, dude. If it was my house, I would have kicked him out, dude, for the day. I said, go home, take a shower, and then you can come back. Never, ever, 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 ever pull that off again. He's a DJ at night. He was like an all-nighter kind of guy, you know. He'd go to DJ stuff all night, dancing, fucking sweating. Whew. Foul odor. Foul odor. And this guy has like a beautiful girlfriend too, like a beautiful wife. And I'm like, bro, how did you get a beautiful wife when you're that dirty? Ass and Cheetos. Now that's an interesting aroma. Holy smokes. Excuse me, sir. Please leave your own home due to foot odor violations. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, man. Man. Literally like raw ammonia or something. Like a chemical, dude. I thought they were washing the floors, like the bathroom floor or something. Like mopping it or something. That's literally what I thought. Oh yeah, baby. We're just kind of taking it chill. I'm not really in the mood to go down to the bottom and have like a charm pet and just be all like going like to the gourd. You know, maybe once I kind of, you know, get into it, get settled in, we could get a little more advanced. But right now, I'm using my enchanter pet. This enchanter pet is cool because it's part paladin. It's a warrior / paladin pet, and so this thing is actually like giving me paladin buffs. He's heals sometimes, all that good stuff. So it's been pretty nice. And he's pretty powerful. He's a level 48 spell. His actual level is 39. That's not too bad. That's a pretty strong pet. A pretty strong pet. Smelly feet by Gargantuan Dong. You're not wrong, actually. You're not wrong. I heard that rumor. I did hear that rumor about him. Let's see here. Oh, I'm just going to have to run in and grab this guy. I think I can. Back. Come on, buddy. It's pretty good EXP. Yeah, we're getting like 1% per mob. 100 mobs and you got a level. That's not bad. That's a nice, chill, solid day. Wife wants it, but it has to be like, keep your socks on. Keep your shoes on, dude. Why? Well, it's just how I like it. It's just do what I say. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes I get a little scared that like some of my buddies will watch my stream and hear me talking shit. They'll be able to know who it is. Oh, I know exactly who that is. Whatever. I mean, dude, it's fair play, you know what I mean? If you're stinky, people are gonna talk about it. They're gonna mention something, It's fair play, baby. What are you about to get into today, DOS? You gonna go online today, or are you waiting for tomorrow? What's in the works? Fails DPS says, just curious, why don't you use Boon of the Garu? Oh yeah, you're right. I should be using Boon of the Garu. I do have that spell. You're not wrong. Just negligence. Out of negligence, I haven't been using it. I'm neglecting it. Re-add EXP, lose 2 re-add corpse runs, remove the ugly mounts, 4 remove self-ports unless you're a druid and wizzy, and you might actually play this. Hey, Sean, those are some valid points, my friend. Yeah. I plan on doing druid / wizard next with my next class change, and that is going to give me the teleports that I'll be able to use as rituals. So I'll be able to learn the teleports as a ritual, and even if I'm not a druid or a wizard at the time, I can use them, which is pretty interesting. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know how to do it, but it's pretty cool. The game's designed for more small play. It's, you know, your group can go up to 4 players. Your raid can go up to 8 players. But the game is mostly solo friendly. It's mostly designed for soloing. So having the transports and things like that does help you get around the map. It's just different in a lot of senses because you're not really like you're not really min-maxing as much on here. Let me see here. Boon of the Garu. Let's look here. Let's look. Here it is. Illusion Boon. Let's try it out. I actually haven't been using this. Turns you into a feral werewolf, increasing their attack rating, dexterity, and allowing a chance to perform a life-draining attack. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. You like the 12-hour streams these days? Yeah, there you go, dude. Hell yeah. So F Thursday. I got you. I've been liking the Thursdays. They seem to be pretty good. Wednesday was banging for me. The last 2 Wednesdays were like the hugest streams I've ever had, I swear. Both of them were so big. Very surprised. I think it was because of those days off before. You know what I mean? Like, we just had like a larger turnout overall, which was pretty awesome. Those Tuesdays were freaking or those Wednesdays rather were freaking cracking. I will use the Boon of the Garrow as soon as it comes up. Apparently it has a pretty long recast time, so we're just waiting for it to pop. Also, can it be cast on the pet? I think it can. I think they get it as well. So that'll be pretty nice. These rock golems are way too tanky. Tank and spank. We're on difficulty 2, so they're a little tougher. Come on, baby. Get that darkness on there. Tash, Mallow. He's slowed. Tash Mallow. That sounds like some kind of marshmallow cream that you can rub all over your chest. You know what I mean? Hey man, you doing that OnlyFans? You doing that OnlyFans with that Tash Mallow? Yeah, girl, we'll be there. Tune in. I saw some kind of interesting marshmallow. So some dude took it looked like a some kind of flavored marshmallow, like multiple flavors. It had multiple colors on it, and he put it on a pan, like a hot griddle, and melted it a little bit, right? And then he took a strawberry and like put it on the marshmallow stuff and like rolled. He's like he like got the marshmallow stuff to stick to the strawberry and like rolled it to where it was like a marshmallow wrapped strawberry. It kind of looks interesting. It looked pretty good. I'm sure it's a lot messier than it looked in the video. Melting marshmallows is not really. It's like way sticky and way. Because I tried to make my own Rice Krispie treats once, where I took marshmallows and melted them, and then put in the Rice Krispies and stuff, and They don't come out anywhere near as good as like the kind that you just buy. You'll only sub to my only orcs? Word. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate that so much. Only Wog? Now that would be hilarious. That's funny. Oh yeah, baby. Heal up, heal up. Come on. Boon of the Garu. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what it looks like, except for a little more green. Okay. Boon of the Garu. Ooh, look at him. He's a freaking werewolf. He's a werewolf. Now, can I... Do I have to be the werewolf, though, or can I split it off? I think you have to be the werewolf the whole time. Which isn't bad. It doesn't look bad or anything, but no weapon. Doesn't show my sword. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm a vanity player. I have to see my sword. I have to see my sword, man. I'm a vanity player.
Man, you don't have to see your sword.
I like to. Check decks now. Let's see. Ooh, capped. We're capped. 300. Got that big dex. That's pretty nice, though, because I'm doing Spellblade on a life tap. So having that dex all maxed out, I'm getting more procs. Proctor. Gamble. It's a gamble when you're doing a proc. Like I said, we're just kind of chilling back today. I wasn't really planning on going down to the bottom or anything. I just felt like kind of poking around at the top and dilly-dallying, you know what I mean? Today's a dilly-dally day. Feeling very, very dally. Salvador Dali. Where there's like melting clocks and frickin' all kinds of weird stuff happening. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, level 49. Ding. Oh my god. What a min-maxer he is. What a min-maxer. Holy smokes. He's level 49. Getting juicy. Getting creamy. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Yeah, we dinged. Uh-oh, hot dog! I bet you Bobby Lee could eat that hot dog. It won't even touch his teeth, dude. It'll just slide right down his gullet. Won't even touch his teeth, man. Yo, Just Butler, how you doing today, dude? Poor Bobby Lee. We always joke. We always joke. The joke's on you, Bobby Lee. Ooh-wee. Get that slow. Slow him. At the last second, I slowed him. 4% health, and he gets slowed. It's not worth it, Orky. If he's not slowed by at least 40%, 50%, then just don't even cast it. Don't even cast it.
All right, Dad. I won't.
We're just using like low rank slow. We didn't really. I was using the higher rank slow, and I do use higher rank slows for like bosses and stuff, but for just regular kind of like trash mobs, I just use the lowest rank slow. I don't need to be expending all my mana. Plus, the higher rank slows have much longer cast times, like huge cast times. You're doing all right. It's a lazy day for you. Nice, dude. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I didn't work out or anything today either. I did Tuesday. I did a massive bike ride. Like I did like a good solid hour of yard work in the yard. Got all nice and worked up, warmed up, and then I came in. I did like a 30-minute bike ride. And I did about 30 minutes of upper body workout. So I was pretty sore yesterday. Today I'm still kind of like at the very tail end of it. Tomorrow we'll probably do a little workout before the stream, but today I'm feeling satisfied that I've done a lot this week. I'm feeling very satisfied with the amount that I've already done so far this week. Oh, hell yeah, exercise is good for mind and body? Yeah, it is, it is. Yep. Gotta get in there and do it. Because, you know, it's easy to get big. It's a lot harder to lose some weight. We might be able to get 50 this stream. I wouldn't mind. Oh yeah, baby. Tash. Let's harm touch this guy. Boom!
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Hey, Mad Gordigan. Thank you so much for that sweet, sweet prime. Holy smokes.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that so much. That's really nice of you. And welcome to the stream. I'm level 49. We're doing that 49 business right now. Oh, looks like Boon of the Garu doesn't really last that long, does it? Very short-lived. Well, thank you so much again for that sub. That's very supportive. It really does help the channel so much, and we appreciate that a lot. Those sweet, sweet Bezos bucks. That's one of the best deals with having Amazon Prime. You get the free shipping. You got some entertainment as far as the shows and everything goes. And you have a free sub that you can use every month on Twitch. I'm like, wow. I mean, that's a big value. That's a big value for me and for people who watch Twitch. Very cool. It is. It's a pretty big value. Now, I know that like the majority of the population doesn't watch Twitch, and so they're not using that Prime sub all the time, but the ones that do are getting a damn good deal. Yeah. I love it. Oh yeah, we're leveling. All right. We had a good day yesterday.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part.
That little squirt's gonna get frickin' devoured by a brain bug. You watch. Brain bug is gonna be like, oh, this guy doesn't even know anything. I'm not even gonna eat his brain. Yeah, we were having some fun yesterday. We did a little stream together with Sweets for a while. He's a cool dude. And then just continued the grind. We got some equipment. I was able to get some equipment from the Undead Castle. We put together a cloak. We put together this Withered Cloak +3, which is pretty decent. I had it was like a blackened alloy cloak or something like that. Just like a regular chainmail cloak. And then we did the mask as well. This mask is a lot better than what I was wearing. And a bracer as well. We were able to upgrade a bracer to +2, and so we ended up with 3 pieces of upgrades yesterday. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. All right, let's do it. Oh, I'm a werewolf.
I'm a werewolf.
You ever watch that old movie Silver Bullet? Oh man, that movie scared me as a kid. It wasn't like that crazy or that gory or anything, but it was like kind of like a mind fuck, you know? And it was a werewolf movie. I should watch that again soon. I've been watching a lot of old 80s flicks. We've been binging the 80s flicks the last few weeks. I watched They Live. What else? I just watched a bunch of stuff. They Live was really good. I watched the whole thing with Roddy Piper, and there's like these special glasses that they're making, these special lenses, dude, that show the true world, you know. It's got all those aliens and stuff in it, and they're controlling humans like cattle. Pretty good show. Old school. Watching the werewolves transform was crazy. If you're thinking of the right movie. Yeah, he was like screaming and stuff, dude, and transforming. And it's like all his limbs are getting stretched long. I think even like stuff was falling off him too. Like he burst out of the flesh. Whatever it was, dude, it scared the hell out of me as a kid, dude. I was like, oh my god, these werewolves are disgusting. They're so dangerous. Oh, it's a rock golem. Oh, he saw me. That whippersnapper. Let's go ahead and mez this crusader. Lock him down, lock him down. Get on the golem. Get on that big boy golem. We're going to try and get him slowed. Come on, baby. Get that slow. Get that slow. Woo! Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Dude, you know, there's some really good EverQuest players. I watch, because I browse the category kind of a lot, you know, and those P99 players are like way higher caliber than me. Way higher caliber. Because it's like so hard over there. And you got guys that go into like the plains and they just solo stuff. You got guys that go into Ceballos or what's it called? That other zone, the one with the Veneral Sather zone with his wife. Forgot the name of it. But they go in there, dude, and they're soloing shit. And I'm like, oh my god, those are such dangerous places to go in that version of EverQuest, you know? Whoo, this guy hurts.
He hurts.
Let's go ahead and we'll remez the Crusader. Hey! Let's go. Spooky, scary skeletons. And they send shivers down my spine. You gotta do the EverQuest skeleton when you play that clip. Now there you go. Spooky, scary skeletons. They are scary. I was afraid of skeletons when I was a kid. It was from Indiana Jones, dude. It was from watching Indy. You know that one scene where like they accidentally disturbed a skeleton and it like kind of like leaps forward on them? Bro. I was afraid of skeletons after that. Luckily for me, I've never really seen... I guess you could say, yeah, I've seen some skeletons in real life. Like in museums and stuff, you know, like on display. But luckily I've never seen one in the wild, you know. Like in a cave or in a field or anything. My friends used to warn me because I used to like to hike in the woods and stuff, right? And we would go off trail and we'd go kind of deep into the woods or just stomping around in some of these kind of remote places. And a bunch of them were like, dude, one of these days we're going to find a body out here. And I was always like, ugh, we don't want that. Like, I don't want to find one. No, thank you. Childhood movies made you believe that you would run into more skeletons than you have. Yeah, dude. There was always some skeletons. I used to watch... we had a Betamax VCR when I was a kid. And so we had a few movies. Like, we had all the Indiana Joneses. We had another one that was kind of like an adventure movie. It was Kurt Russell. It was called Romancing the Stone. Have you guys ever seen that movie? Romancing the Stone. And I used to not really like it. I was like, oh man, this movie sucks. And then I think my mom like said, well, it's like Indiana Jones, you know, just watch it. It's like Indiana Jones. It's an adventure. And I was like, it's like Indiana Jones. And so I would watch it. Because there was like a jewel in it. There was like a gem or something. Like King Solomon's. They were looking for King Solomon's treasure. And so it was kind of like an Indiana Jones, but it really wasn't. It was like an old 80s romance movie. But they had a few skeletons in there. They found like an abandoned drug plane, and you know, there was like a skeleton in it or something. I would watch that, and I would watch Jewel of the Nile as well. I think that was like the sequel. The Jewel of the Nile. I watched all those movies, dude. I watched Sheena, Red Sonja. I was watching all those adventure movies back then. Conan. Krull. I watched a lot of Krull, dude, with that glaive, that 5-star glaive thing. He would throw it. That was a cool movie. That movie was crazy because it was like a medieval adventure, but with like Star Wars style weaponry and stuff. Like, it was pretty cool. It was like some crazy creature that showed up to a medieval fantasy planet, but his guys had like laser rifles and stuff, you know. So they came in a ship, basically. His castle was a big floating ship, like a spaceship. Hey, Big Turk, how you doing, dude? Yo, dude, what's up? Oh, man, we're just hanging out. We're having some fun. We're playing a little Everquest Legends. This is a new spin-off game from the Everquest franchise where it's kind of like takes place in the classic Everquest era, but you get to be 3 different classes. So it's sort of like, if you've ever heard of like WoW Ascension, I would say it's sort of on the same principle as WoW Ascension, where you get to multi-class. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. It's we're in the beta test right now. This is the beta test, but it's gonna launch sometime in July. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It's real nice. Yeah, dude. It's got that kind of an EverQuest feel to it. You know, it's got an EverQuest feel to it. You still have to kind of know some stuff about EQ. And then it's more designed for solo players. I can solo a lot of stuff. I can group with people too, but your group limitations are smaller. You can only do like a group of 4 players. Or if you're raiding, it's just a group of 8 players. So a little bit smaller scale. Your characters are a bit more powerful, and so you go with a little bit less. I like it. It's pretty fun. It's been real popular. How about you, man? What have you been up to? Been playing any cool games? We just finished up a season of Conan RP on the Nordheim RP server. That was pretty fun. Before that, we did a little GG RP on Atlas. We did a little Gambit Gaming RP. I think there's a Darkside RP server in the works, or at least being... At one point, I heard they were going to do a 3x3, just a small little 3x3 map, and do some dark side stuff. So that would be pretty cool. I'm really highly interested in doing some Red Dead RP, because I only got to do Red Dead RP for 1 season, and it was a bit of a lower population server. There was some kind of programming problems with the server too, so not everything worked 100%. Holy smokes, 3 of them in there. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll just hang around out here for a minute.
Hello.
Yo, Cyber Jarl.
Hello. Hello.
What's up, man? How How you doing, dude? Not much time lately to do yard work and activities. Ah, I got you. I get you. Yeah, we just finished up. I just pretty much finished up my yard work for the season. I've been working on it a little bit here and there all season, and I weed whacked it down a few times. But then we had some late rains, like some rains. We don't normally get rains as late as we did this season. And so we had another burst of growth. I had to get back out there and do a little more, which is all right. Holy smokes. Okay, so all three of them were in there. Oh boy, the pain train is here. The pain train. All right, let's do this. Let's lock down this golem. Debuff him to Tash, Mallow. The elemental capturer, we're going to do another big lockdown on him. Okay, let's fight this guy. Oh, I should probably slow that big golem, shouldn't I? That would be good. Yep, there we go. Get him nice and slowed down. Nice and slowed. The slow spell lowers his attack speed. Slows him down. And that's pretty good. It's like reverse haste, you know, you just get all slowed down and sluggish. You're like, "Rrr, rrr." Afternoon, sorry you're late. Had a bad night, but finally managed to get some sleep. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Nothing worse than a bad night's one of them bad nights, dude, because I get them too sometimes. You just be up all night. No bueno, my friend. No bueno. Fresh mezzes to the enemies that I have locked down. Fresh mez. There we go. Oh yeah, that's how we do it. One at a time. Wow, we're already 16% through this level. Not bad at all. We're saving the golem for last because he's kind of like the hardest one. He's going to take the longest to kill, so we will save him for last. Okay, another mez on the golem. Bing, there we go. Fight the crusade, the capturer. Got him slowed. Okay. You'll just lurk for now because you're driving. Hey, word. Absolutely, my friend. We appreciate the lurk. And make sure you're safe. Definitely be safe on the road there. No driving and chatting in the stream. Those are my rules. They're really coming down hard on people here in California for having their phones around or having their phones within reach. you're supposed to be like, you know, touchless, right? Like hands free, and that makes a lot of sense. I always drive like that. My phone's always in my pocket or whatever. But I have had jobs before where, you know, they'll like call you while you're driving or something like that. And I had a cradle, like a sort of a cradle, and you can attach it to like Bluetooth and all that. And so the phone would be like sitting in a cradle on the dash, like mounted. And so I'd be driving, you know, and I could like, hello, yeah, oh, okay, you know, that kind of thing. I think even that is like, you can't even do that anymore. Like you can't even touch it, which is weird because there's touch screens in other modern cars, like GPS and stuff like that. That's all I was usually doing with it was GPS. You know, it's not like I'm sitting there texting and shit driving. But you might do a little GPS, you know, like, oh, we got another golem coming out the door here, peeking, doing a little creeping and peeking. But yeah, so I like to have a cradle and have the phone mounted in a cradle, and then you can like bring up your map or whatever. What my car that I own doesn't have its own GPS or doesn't have its own screens or anything. It's a 2005, I think. It's 2005, so it's kind of like a little bit pre-digital. There's no like tire sensors or anything, and I like that car. Sometimes I need to GPS my way around when I'm in it, and so a cradle comes in really handy for that. But the other car we have, it does have GPS. You can type in your destination and then, you know, but sometimes you have to push a button, you know.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part.
They're doing their part. Yo, Grindlord EQ, how you doing? So if an Ixar and reptile, thus oviparous, shapeshifts into a mammal while having an egg in them, what happens to it? Ooh. I think it still hatches. I think you still lay the egg. I think that you could still lay the egg, but it's definitely not gonna feel good. Oh, here comes the rock golem just in time. A second golem has arrived. Ooh, we got a mode of lesser potential. Let's go. I love it. That sweet, sweet moat.
You've been demoted. What? You've been promoted. What? Here, just have a moat.
I don't know where I'm going with that. They also give tickets for holding their phone in their right hand to people who don't have a right hand. Oh, I saw that one. And the cop was like, no, I know what I saw, and I'm still going to give you the ticket. It's like, just back out of it, dude. Just go, oh, shit, you don't even have a hand there? Oh, my gosh, lady, that's crazy. I'm sorry that I even thought you were holding a phone. All right, carry on, proceed. My bad. I was really concerned about your safety, but I realize now that it was a mistake, so get the hell out of here, lady. He was more concerned about his quota. Yeah, the quota thing is kind of a pain in the ass. You're not wrong about that. That's always been a little bit of a pain in the ass. That's what led to a lot of like speed traps and things like that. Granted, you're not supposed to be speeding, but there was a speed trap that I used to go through when I drove a delivery truck. It was a downhill and then an uphill kind of a thing, like a little dip, dude. And it was a pretty big downhill, right? To where you would easily exceed the speed limit. If you were going the speed limit and then you hit the downhill, you would exceed the speed limit going downhill just from the gravity of it all, right? And so there would be a cop that would sit down in that little dip, dude, and give tickets all day right there. That was like his little spot. Just down in a dip, dude, waiting for people to, get him like 5 over. Technically, you're supposed to be braking while you're going down the hill. You're supposed to be slowing yourself down and maintaining the legal speed limit. But like I said, people would come over going at the speed limit. They'd start to go down and it would go above it by a few miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour. And he was waiting for you, Just a nice little trap, a little pit trap. Like an antlion down in his burrow. That's BS. I know. I know. I never got a ticket from it. I never did because I would slow down. But I saw a lot of people pulled over there. Exactly, dude. Side eye. We need more side eye there. Much more side eye. It was great for him because he had it from both sides. He could get both directions because it was like a little dip, you know what I mean? So it was just a little under dip. So he was actually pulling a lot of tickets from there. I never got a speeding ticket when I drove that delivery truck because I always went the limit. We had one of those. The truck had like a thing on it that you couldn't really get it above 60 miles an hour. Most speed limits for that truck, most maximum speed limits were 55. And I think that like if you tried to get it above 60, it like throttled out. It just wouldn't like go above it. So that was pretty cool. And it was just such a big truck. It drove so big and like so smoothly that you didn't really feel it. I think they call it a Jake brake, something like that. It would put on the Jake brake. Actually, no, I'm wrong about that. Jake brake is like a little thing that like you let the weight of the truck slow you down. So instead of you actually pressing the brake, you're Jake braking when you kind of like come onto a flat surface and you just let your truck slow down by itself. That's Jake braking, I believe. It's been a long time. But I used to hate going up the high altitude. I used to go from Sacramento to Reno every other week, dude. And even though I would get in early and jump in the truck early and go, it was still a long ass round trip. And the elevation change would screw me up, dude. My sinuses, my eyes. I always had this one vein in my eye that was constantly like bursted from it. And it was irritating. It would itch. It would itch, dude. So then I'd like rub it and it would make it even worse. Oh yeah, 24%, 25% through the level. We might actually hit 50 here today. I thought it would take a little longer, but it seems to be going pretty well. Just nice and slow and steady. I could be fighting like harder monsters that give better XP, but I feel pretty relaxed right here today. I just feel pretty chill hanging out in this area. I'd love to get another smoldering brand if I could. Smoldering brand. It's like a torch. It's like a weapon that looks like a torch. And it does have a proc on it. That sweet, sweet proc. You remember seeing cops at the end of the highway road or something like that where they had one guy with a radar gun and the other guy just pointing at carts to stop the shoulder off the road, and there was a line of cars waiting for their tickets there. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. We used to have to go into these inspections when I drove that big truck. There would be like random inspections and stuff sometimes, or like you'd have to stop at the scales too, like road scales to weigh. And they would just do these random inspections all the time. And, you know, turn on your lights, turn on your high beams, turn on your wipers, spray the juice, move your mirrors, do this, do that, turn the wheel, shit like that. Just checking all the systems on the truck, making sure none of them are broken. And I could appreciate it. I can appreciate the safetiness of those, because those big trucks, dude, they're heavy as hell, dude. They will completely annihilate another car. And so if the brakes are shoddy or if the stability of the truck is damaged, you need it. You need those inspections. They might have been a little tedious and not so fun to do as the driver, but I value the importance of it. Random Conundrum. Hey, how you doing, dude? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're hanging out. I'm level 49. I'm about 27% through the level. We might get 50 today. We might max level. I'm just grinding. I'm at a small little area of the hole that's a decent little grind spot. It's not too crazy. There's not like a million mobs that you have to control or anything like that. It's like a nice, easy place. Hang out. Enjoy a little time hanging out with the chat. When your American girlfriend told me that the people who failed her car for safety were the same people who actually wanted to sell her parts, my mind was blown. Yeah. I never ran into that, but I could see it. I could see it. Like, oh, hey, you're going to need some blinker fluid for this. You're going to need a little blinker fluid. You're low. By the way, we actually have bottles of blinker fluid for sale. You know, we can just put it right in for you for about $400. $400 on the credit card. Let's go. Either that or we're going to have to tow it. Either that or we're going to have to tow it. You're all out of blinker fluid, lady. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. I saw a couple of funny memes where, like, the dad will send his daughter in to go ask for blinker fluid inside the auto store or something like that. And she comes out and she's like embarrassed and face is all bright red. Dad, there's no such thing as that. Well, yeah. It's a lesson in humility. It's a lesson in, you should already know, like, right away that you don't need to put a fluid in that light. Your blinker is a light. Are you going to use fluid in there? No. There you go. Just trying to help you so that when people come at you with weird shit like that, you don't get taken advantage of. What are all these mobs doing running around behind me? They look like they're going somewhere. Oh! Somebody pulled some creatures from somewhere and they went like the long way. They ran by here. Why does a blinker even need fluid? Exactly. It was a meme. This one, I've seen it. It's like a prank on your kids that adults do. They do a little meme on the internet. Send them into the store to ask for something that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Oh god, a rock golem.
Ooh! Ooh, he's on me! Damn, son of a... Ooh!
Okay, let's finish off this guy, this crusader. These rock golems are a pain in the butt, dude. Lot of HP. Very tough indeed. I like the way they look, though. They look like they look like a statue, like made of mud. You know what I mean? There's an old D&D spell called transmute rock to mud. You could probably use that on one of these creatures, dude, and just melt him. Just blah, 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 blah. They remind you of Clayface from the DC comic. Ooh. I like that. I like that. They look like the shit monster from Dogma. Yeah, I can see that too. I was going to look them up and show them on the stream, but I probably better not. I was like, ooh, let's go look them up. Let's go look them up. And then I was like, well, actually, I probably shouldn't show that on stream. You probably could. It's probably not against the terms or anything, but we'll skip it.
We're being raided. What?
Yo, Knight Rider. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate all the support. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. I'm Dude Boy Orkboy. And we're over in the hole. We're leveling up. I just hit 49. And we're about 30% through to level 50, actually. So we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. We're leveling up. We're leveling up. 50 is the max level. We are in the classic era on this game. So 50 is the max level. And we should be there pretty soon. We should be there pretty soon. I plan on doing a little bit of...
Today was a productive damn day.
Yeah, baby. I plan on doing a little bit of gear grinding once I hit 50, fight some bosses, do some planes, that kind of good stuff. And then after that, I was thinking of switching out my shaman / enchanter portion over to druid / wizard. I want to learn all the teleport rituals and that kind of thing and have some fun. So yeah, that's my main plan right now. So welcome in Raiders. Glad to have you. Hey, T-Bank, how you doing, my friend? Thank you so much. Knight Rider, you are absolutely amazing. And thank you so much for all that support. We appreciate it so much. Cyber Yarrow, thank you for hitting that sweet shout out for Knight Rider, an absolute fantastic streamer. So don't forget to follow him before you go. And welcome in. Today has been a productive day. A Druzard. I like that. It sounds like a Pokemon. Oh, you've got a Druzard. Let's go up here and do a little buffing. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Do a little buffing. Because our buffs have kind of worn off. So I think it's time that we put some back on. What's up, Easy Cure? How you doing today? Nice to see you. We are enjoying a fantastic day. It's a Thursday on the West Coast. The heat is rising. We're expected to be, like 95 degrees today. So it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot, you guys. Yeah. Upper 90s today. Which I think is okay. I could maybe I could get out to the lake, do a little swimming. You know what I'm saying? Be a lake day this afternoon maybe. Hey, Veritheus. Sack, you got to refresh after the raid to give some viewer credit? Oh, well, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's not wrong. If you go with a raid, if you refresh the screen, it definitely helps out the channel a little bit more. One of the changes that Twitch made to raids was that they do accept them now as credit. So they did switch it up a little bit. But he's right. It does help. It sure does. So we appreciate that so much. That's really nice. How are you doing today, friend? Mr. Veritheus, a legendary Everquester. He knows his way around the bottom of Guck. That's for sure. We're leveling up 32% through the level. I think I could probably, if I really, really pushed, I could probably get level 50 today. But we're just kind of taking it slow. I don't mind getting it tomorrow either. Yo, Piercing Smelt. Thank you so much for that follow. I love it. I love it. That's a cool name. Smelt is a type of fish, isn't it? Here in California, we have the Delta Smelt. We have the Delta Smelt, which is a type of fish. A protected fish. There it is. Look at that guy. Look at that neck beard on that guy, dude. He looks like a frickin'... He looks like a peach. Ho! T-Bank with the follow. Coming in for that huge dude boy, Orkboy energy. Hey, thank you and welcome. Welcome to the stream. We appreciate all the support, you guys. It's absolutely amazing. Feels good. It feels good. Let's get 50. Grind, grind, grind. Yeah, dude. Let me see. I'll scroll back a little bit there. Knight Rider. Dude, Orkboy, check your donos. You seem to have an alert for it. Oh, okay. You'll send a DM? Word.
Verithias asked me, Dude boy, check your dono. You don't have a sound for it. Then the gold's been tossed into the sea like a cursed doubloon. Tell them to check the donation alert settings, the browser source, and the volume on the ship's bells.
Like a
If the
cursed
dono
doubloon.
sailed in, but no sound boomed, the alert may be muted or miswired.
It's
A proper
miswired.
pirate fixes the cannon before blaming the storm.
Yeah, it's miswired, so I know what happened. When I went from Streamlabs OBS to regular OBS, my dono alert is through Streamlabs, and so it's not actually alerting. It's not alerting, so I'll have to jot that down on my list of things to do. Let me put that down on my whiteboard. It's probably something that I can fix pretty easily, so I'll have to look into it. But that's the reason why. I used to use Streamlabs OBS. I used to actually pay a subscription, like a monthly subscription to multi-stream to Kick and YouTube as well through Streamlabs. And then when I made the switch over to regular OBS Studio, there's a plugin, a free plugin to do that. So I was actually able to save a little money by canceling my Streamlabs subscription as well. So, but one of the residual downflows of it is that specific alert is inoperating. We appreciate you guys, and thank you so much, Knight Rider. And I'm looking forward to our session on Monday, so I think that'd be pretty cool. I could definitely help you out with that. Like a cursed doubloon, dude. He said I threw it in the sea like a cursed doubloon. I like it. For sure, yeah, dude. We'll link up. We'll get into a Discord and we'll go through some steps. I'll have some handy dandy links and things ready for the session. Well, thank you again so much. We do appreciate it, and I will make sure to try and get that alert set up. We don't get very many donos, so it's never been really like a thing that's come up too often. Now that you have played both Eminem and this game, which one are you going to call home? Ooh. Tough call. I want to do more Eminem, of course, and I want to be there when there's a lot of new content and stuff that gets unrolled. This game is very enjoyable as well. It's like a fun play, like a feel good, kind of like a powerful sort of version of EverQuest. You know. Ooh, big rock golem. Let's go.
Come on, back up, buddy. Back up, you old dang old rock golem. Back that ass up. Come on, Gollum. Back that ass up.
Well, I hope you had a fantastic stream, Knight Rider, and I hope you got some progress done on your characters. That's what we're doing today. We're leveling up. I'd like to get around level 50 so I can start doing some boss fights and stuff. The other day I went to Plane of Fear on tier 0, right? And I defeated Fright, but he had no loot.
Where?
Nice, dude. That guy sounded like he got his hand caught in one of those old... you ever seen one of those old dryers that had like the roller, that crank roller, dude? You used to you feed your clothes into it and like roll it to wring it out. I bet you that's what happened to that guy when he yelled, "Wow!" Got his hand caught in the roller. Woo! Let's go! These dang rock golems, man. These guys are nasty. Nasty rock golems. They're so tough. And meaty. They're very meaty. Fairtheus asks, Dude Boy Orkboy, how do you change dungeon difficulty without locking yourself out? You've seen others do it, but you have no clue how. So, I can show you. Right now we're in a D2. Here's my difficulty right here. We're in a D2 open world, the Hole. The Hole, since it's a raid instance, since it has Yale, in order to do a solo instance, you have to open up a raid instance for it, which is on a different system than your personal solo instance. And I'll show you there's lockouts. As soon as I finish off with this golem.
Oh, this nasty golem.
There we go. 2% XP. Pretty good. Oh shit, we aggroed a Crusader.
Oh boy, we done aggroed him. Oh boy, we've aggroed a Crusader.
Come on, slow him down. Nope. Try again, Slow, slow, slow. There we go. At the last little bit of his health. Alright, so you've got your difficulty button here. If you click it, you have to be out of combat. If you click it, it opens up this window that looks like a pick zone window, right? So you have a pick zone window. I could travel to tier 0. There's 7 other players in it. I could travel to tier 1. There's 2. I am in tier 2. Tier 3 has 0. Tier 4 has 2 players in it. I could travel back and forth to these pick zones as much as I want. And those are considered like open world versions of the Hole. They scale up in difficulty as you go. In the same pick zone window, you can enable your own personal instance. You can click solo instance, and then you have this drop down window to select what difficulty you want for your personal instance. If you spawn up a personal instance, you will have a 3-hour lockout timer to spawn up another personal instance, any kind. So it's a universal cooldown So you can do one personal instance every... I think they switched it down to 1 hour, actually. It used to be 3 hours. They've brought it down to 1 hour. So once an hour, you can go to either a new difficulty or a different zone and spawn up your own personal instance. It's a version of the zone that's just you. You're the only one in there, and you can go around and around and around. And then for the raid lockouts, for the raid instances, it's kind of like an AOC. You actually go and find an NPC, and you talk to them. And so I could do tier 0, tier 1, tier 2, etc. using an AOC. I'll put it into those kind of terms because those are the more modern EverQuest terms. And I think that you would understand those. So yeah, there's a bunch of different ways, and there's a bunch of different options that you can do. So if it's pick zone instead of actual solo instance for ease, yeah, pretty much. I mean, they don't call it that. They're calling everything just a generalized term. They're just calling everything an instance. But the open world ones are like pick zones because there's other people there. You know what I mean? The solo instance is a true instance. It's a true DZ that you go into. And then the raids are true DZs as well that you can switch the difficulty. So I can do all of them. They are on a weekly timeout though. So if you look here, my Plane of Fear, I can go into my Plane of Fear, my Group 0 Plane of Fear. I can just go right back into it, start off where I left off, and then after the lockout time, it resets. Hey, Topless Quintuple Change. Wow, that's a cool username. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for that follow. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you. Let's do this real quick. I'm going to do a small AFK for a bathroom break. So we're going to feign death in this corner. And we're going to do a quick little restroom break / health break. If you're new in the stream, hit that follow. If you're over on YouTube, give us a like. Give us a subscribe. It would really help the channel to grow. We're at 495 subscribers. We're looking to get up to 500. If you can and want to, please hit that sub button over there. That's a huge help towards our goals. We've had a 500 sub goal for a few months now. We're actually almost there. So very close. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. I will be right back after just a few minutes break.
way. When was the last time you heard of someone beating EverQuest?
When was the last time you heard of someone playing EverQuest?
That's fair.
Scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight.
Ask me about my wiener.
I'd buy that for $1.
I bet you would buy that for $1. All right, we're back. Woo! I'd buy that for $1. I kind of want to watch those RoboCops over. I don't think I've seen the actual like old RoboCops in a long time.
We're being attacked!
I did watch one of the newer ones. They came out with kind of like a newer RoboCop, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. I saw that one. Check it out. We're drinking blue stuff, you guys. Oh, he's getting all jacked up on blue stuff. I haven't had any coffee in like over a week. Even though I always, whenever I go and join streams in the morning, I say I'm up and having coffee. I'm not. I'm up and having blue stuff. It's a little bit of caffeine, it's a little bit of creatine and some vitamins, some B vitamins and stuff. It's like a pre-workout juice. And so it's been helping me out. It has some focus to it. It's got a little bit of a nice focus to it. So I've liked that. I've actually gotten a lot of stuff done since I started taking the supplement. Drinking the windshield washer fluid. Yeah, dude. A little window pane, baby. We're drinking some window pane. He's seeing spots. He's seeing spots. All right. Let's get back down to business. Where's my pet? He's stuck. Let's get down to business. Oh boy. Woo! Now they're all angry. Those angry elementals, man. Come on, mez him. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I still can't get the mez off on that guy. Oh, come on. There we go. One mezzed. Two mezzed. Spent so long trying to mez those guys. You switch to iced tea, no sugar or honey in it. Sometimes lemon, but just a lot of iced tea for you. Nice, dude. I feel like this stuff does have some kind of sweetener in it. But I used to drink a sugared coffee in the morning. Right? And that was kind of, it would wear me out. It would give me the boost I needed in the morning, but then like midday I would have like a sugar crash, you know? So I didn't like that. I didn't like that. This stuff doesn't really seem to have a crash. But then again, I'm not doing that much of it. I'm doing a low dosage. You're supposed to do 1 scoop, 1 full scoop to an 8-ounce water. Well, I'm doing about a half a scoop to an 8-ounce water. So I'm actually doing about a half a dose. It's pretty good. And definitely helps for when I'm going to work out that day. Were you having trouble mizzing due to resist or getting interrupted? It was a combination of both. I was getting a little bit interrupted at first because it was like 3 creatures beating on me. And then when I did finally get the cast off, he resisted it. The first guy resisted it, so it was a mix of both. I do have my AoE mez up as well. I could have used that, which would have locked down the whole group, and then I could have pinpointed my initial longer mezzes, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yo, peace, dog. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, dude? Werewolf form for the win? Yeah, dude. I wasn't using it. One of the persons in chat was asking earlier, how come I'm not using it? And I said, you know what? You're right. You're right. I should be using it. I just being negligent, not using it. It's not bad. It doesn't last very long though. It's like a 2-minute, like a 3-minute duration. So you kind of have to keep casting it. I sort of wish it was a longer duration. It does look really cool though. And it's like the old school werewolf too. Like this old school werewolf looks dope, dude. It's like a version 1. First generation werewolf. Rockheb says you were drinking way too much Diet Coke and you just had to get away from it. Yeah, dude, I hear you there. I hear you there. I try not to buy a bunch of sodas, but we do like it as a treat around here. I love a nice iced cherry Coke, dude. Cherry Coke on the rocks. It's good, though. It is good, but very unhealthy, very unhealthy. But damn, is it good. Knight Rider 2000 says, at Dude by Orkboy, if you have trouble with resists, make sure to use over channel stance. Then after the cast lands, switch back to whatever stance you want. Ah, over channel, you say? Let me look here. Oh, there it is. Cast spells have a negative 150 resist adjust plus another minus 15 for every non-hybrid caster class at a cost of 20% of the mana cost in endurance. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can do, it looks like you can make some pretty cool macros with this stuff, like set up a macro that like switches your stance, casts the mez, and then maybe, you know, you have another macro that switches it up. I feel like I almost kind of have much more stances than I can possibly use, because there is a lot of stances, a lot of various stances and things to switch to. So I feel like I might be a little overloaded with stances. We'll just have to dance. We'll have to do what's known as a stance dance.
A stance dance? What do you think this is, Everquest? Well, I thought it was.
Oh shit, where'd this golem come from? He's behind me.
Ooh, come on, Mr. Golem. Don't be playing. Don't be playing. Ooh.
Dang old Golem. And they began to call him Gollum. That'd be fucked up to call somebody Gollum. You know what I mean? Just like, yo, you're a Gollum, dude. You're drinking one Diet Dr. Pepper a week as a treat? That's some good stuff. Ooh, I do like Dr. Pepper. The last Dr. Pepper I had was quite nice indeed. Also, I like it over ice. Over channel lowers mob resists? Yeah, we'll have to try it out. We'll have to check that out sometime. Alright, let me lock these down. Hey, Gion DP, is that how you pronounce it? Gion is Gion? Jean? I have a cousin named Jean. It's not John, it's Jean. Jon. Pretty cool dude. That's your biggest worry / complaint right now, so there's just too many systems to keep track of and actually use. You're concerned new players are going to get buried under the UI and overall bloat. Yeah, I feel you there. I almost feel the same way too, and I'm an experienced Everquest player. Like I've been playing EQ for a long time, and there's like almost too many abilities. I guess that's the nature of having 3 classes, is you're going to have a lot of abilities, and a lot of them you're not going to be able to use all of them, you know, so that's fine. I don't mind leaving some out or not using everything super efficiently, but I know what you mean where it's like slightly overwhelming. Your favorite modern insult? You look like you drop common loot. Hell yeah, dude, I like that. That's funny. Definitely a lot of bloat for a brand new EQ player. Oh yeah. Not only that, but I played with some guys that never really played much EQ. They were from Warcraft. They were in my Warcraft guild. And they wanted to know why about so much stuff. Like, why can't you do this? Or why can't you do that? Or why isn't this like this? And why isn't that like that? And I was just like, dude, it's an entirely different game. Like, you're coming into it from a more modern perspective, and you're going back in time to, like, older systems. So there's going to be things that you can and just can't do that you're used to. But they had fun. We spun up on like a regular server, and we were doing Crescent Reach. We got to around the level 20 range. You know, we just basically did Crescent Reach, but it was fun. You know, it was nice to play with those guys. They hit me up. They were like, yo, we're playing EverQuest, man. Me and my buddy, you want to kick it? And I was like, yeah, dude, I'll kick it with you guys. I'll spin up a character. Let's go. And so I always like that. I always like that when friends of mine from different games try the game out. Gion, nice. Like Greyjoy, Gion Greyjoy. I made a character in Valheim called Peon Greyjoy. That was pretty funny. I like made him kind of like an orc character. Peon Greyjoy. Last name Picard. Let's go. You're new to EQ, but you just love MMOs in general, from old school style to modern, And it was fun learning the systems. Yeah, dude.
Work. Ready to work. Ready to work. Something need doing? Me not that kind of orc. Leave me alone.
I like those orc samples. You were a huge Dr. Pepper consumer back in the day. That's the real risk. You're an EQ vet, and it overwhelms me just watching it all. Yo, Nomad Max, how you doing? Are you finding charm pets worth using, or just not worth the hassle of the breaks? They are worth using. They're much more powerful. They definitely do more damage. You'll kill stuff a lot quicker. They are tedious in the same sense that there is a lot of breaks. You're going to get them. And so sometimes it's just easier to pull out your regular pet. So like this pet right here that I have, he's the level 48 pet for enchanters. He's actually part paladin as well. So he's a warrior / paladin. He's a hybrid class. And he can drop some heals, and he can drop some like buffs and stuff on me, and himself even too, which is nice. He also has lay on hands for an emergency. So it's pretty cool. You and Q are very close in level. He dinged 49 earlier in the sewers. Damn, dude. He actually made it up to 49 in there. That's crazy. That's a cool run that he's doing. I respect it a lot. It's just like a whole alternative thing, you know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I've watched a few of the streams, and I've enjoyed a lot of the clips and stuff online too. The sewer provides. It's awesome. That's a good run. That's a good run. Very creative. Q is one of the more creative guys that I know out there. And so he's been a huge influence for me as well. It's awesome. Theon? Yeah, I like Theon. Especially in higher difficulties, double / triple class charm pet, charm a monk rogue zerker. Yeah, dude. It just gets a little tedious. The charm breaks are real, and they always will kind of happen at the worst times. That's normally how they work. So they are really good. They are very powerful. But just for convenience, a lot of times I'll use my regular pet. You know, and especially if I'm farming some lower level areas or something like that. Let's say I decide to go back to lower Guck or something, right? And I want to farm the Ghoul Lord some more. Get some better yaks, you know, get like a higher level yak or something. Then I probably just use a regular pet instead of a charm. This area is slightly lower level, and so this pet is just more convenient for me. But if I decided to charm like a rock golem or something, for example, we would probably be slaying twice as many monsters as fast. So it just depends on what you're feeling. I was in a pretty relaxed mood today. I didn't really feel like fighting with a charm pet today. I just thought, I'll just use my regular pet and get in here and just grind some XP. Ooh, I heard something. I heard like a nuke or something fire up back here behind me. Maybe it's the Crusader. I think he's trying to nuke me. He'll get there. I'm sure he's has slowed way down. Yeah, dude. Well, that's the cool thing about the spawn rate of this server. Is I think it's around either an 8-minute spawn for the majority of the mobs. And so what that kind of does, and here's why I like it, it's faster paced. Okay, for one, that's fun. But for two, you don't have to have these vast, large encampments. Like, you don't have to do Ham Lord to keep busy. You can just camp the Lord room and fight the immediate area because the spawn rate is fast enough to keep you busy. And that goes with all the camps in the game. there's more openness. You don't have to camp huge camps. You can camp smaller camps, which means more for everyone else too, right? Not only do they have the option of doing open world in different pick zones, but they have the option of doing their own instance and stuff too. I've always thought that the spawn rate should have been increased on the live servers, like the live TLPs. Lower Guck is a good example. It's like an 18-minute spawn time for every mob in there. So that's why you have parties that camp these humongous territories. They pull the entire zone from across the zone because it's almost 20 minutes between spawns. So if you're killing stuff fast enough and if you're really efficient, you run out of stuff to do and you're just sitting around. Lower the spawn time. Bring it down to like 8 minutes and everybody would have so much more to do. They would camp less territory and you could fit more people in. Now they have things that compensate for it, like the pick zone system and all that kind of stuff. Ooh, Earthen Blade +2. We'll hang on to that. We'll hang on to it. But even as like the puller, you know, because I would be the puller a lot of times. I don't want to go 20 rooms away to find mobs and bring them back to my camp. He's got a +10 Rusty. Nice, dude. Let's see. Surprised you're not at Slab or Docks. Yeah, I was just kind of decided to just, you know, be a little bit chill today. I'm chilling here. I woke up, I just felt like real drained this morning, you know, I don't know why. Very drained, very low motivation. So that's why I'm kind of just hanging around here. What level are you going to go after Finney? I bet you can still mana drain him on here. Ooh, I forgot about Finney. I didn't even think about him. And I forgot about Kedge as well. Wow. Yeah, at level 50, I plan on doing a lot of raid stuff. So probably 50. I'm already halfway to 50 right now. We're at 52% through the level. That's pretty good. We pretty much got a full solid level in here. Because this is about where I was when I started at 48. I was about halfway through 48. And so we got 49 pretty quickly. Now we're about halfway through. Yeah, once I hit 50 was when I was planning on like really starting some of the raid content, you know, planes, that kind of thing. Planes, dragons, giants, Finney, Yale. There's a lot of good targets. There's a lot of good targets to go after. You surprised we haven't seen Level Up Larry get into Legends? Dude, I know. He's pretty busy though. I'm pretty sure he works full time, and he does have a lot of children. Like, I want to say like 6+ kids. So that's going to take a lot of time. That's going to be real hard to find enough spare time to jump online. You know what I mean? Hey, 9 AAs in the bank. He has a lot of children, I know that. I don't know if it's actually 6, but I think it's like at least 4. That would wear me out, dude. That would wear me out. You remember on Mischief, our group had Savant, Sage, Exec, Cav, and all the frogs in front of Safe Hall? Yeah, dude. That's what I mean. That's that 20-minute spawn time. You wouldn't even be able to hold that territory if it was like an 8-minute spawn time. You'd be pressed for luck. What level are you going after Finny? I bet you could still manage him on here. It's because your old buddy Veratheus isn't in there slaying zones with you. Kedge would be the place to farm. So much good loot in Kedge. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a little Kedge farming. One of the most important things I need to do is learn my way through that zone. That's a zone that I'm still very unfamiliar with. You know, like I can follow people around in there pretty well, but even then you get lost a little bit. I'd like to learn it. I'd like to learn it. I think this would be a good character for me to try that on. I do have underwater breathing, but I would need some fish scales for it. 2 of my classes have it. Enchanter and Shaman have underwater breathing, but I do need fish scales to make it work. Those sweet, sweet fish scales. I saw a video of a guy who like fried up some fish skin and then crumbled it onto what he was making. Little crumbled skin. Oh boy, I didn't notice that rock golem. Alright, let's try and lock him down. Do a group mez here. Bing. Okay, get on that rock golem. Give him a big mez, big mez. There we go. Tash. Mallow. Slow. Get them all nice and debuffed. Because he's going to be a tough one, that's for sure. Truly. Okay, there we go. Back on the capturer. You don't need spell components for buffs? Oh, really? Oh, shit. I didn't even know that. I was fully expecting to have to use them. I read the description of the spell, and it said fish scale, so I didn't. I never actually like tried it out or tested it out. Also, use water illusion. Hey, you're not wrong there. That might be a little bit easier to travel around too, because you're like smaller. Yeah. Go through all those tunnels and stuff. Very true, very true. Lots of options, lots of underwater options for the character. Okay, he's tashed, he's mallowed, he's slowed. Alright, let's fight this guy. I'm gonna harm touch him. Boom! Yeah, eat that harm touch. Eat that nasty harm touch. I don't like it. I don't like the harm touch as a big DOT. Not a big fan of that. I never was. I like original, real, actual harm touch. You blow! And it does all the damage. I don't know what that harm touch is. It's like the nerfed version. Don't like it.
No, sir. I don't like it.
Yo, Chad McClade. I like that name. Thank you so much for hitting that follow, for that huge dude boy, Orkboy energy. Hey, thank you so much. That's a cool name, man. I like that name. And then Enchanter, couldn't you use Water Elemental Illusion to become the water? Yes, you could, yep. Someone just brought that up over on our YouTube feed as well. And I didn't even think of that. I was going to use Enduring Breath and just go as myself. But I do realize that Water Elemental is probably a bit better. Probably swims faster, too. You saw Dwarf Beast Lords get skunks for pets? That's awesome. Yeah, dude. Some people also found out that you can like change your Beast Lord pet. So if I as someone who has illusions, I can cast an illusion of dwarf on myself, right, as a Beast Lord. And then if I zone, apparently your Beast Lord pet will be the dwarf Beast Lord pet on the other side of the zone line. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a certain way to kind of like switch it and get a new Beast Lord pet, like a new illusion essentially, by traveling through the zone line as a certain appearance. I haven't tried it out yet. I just was told about it. Kind of a little glitch, maybe. It might get fixed, I'm not sure. Seems like a little glitch though. So what it is you turn into the illusion, right? And then when you zone, the server like calculates you as the race that you zoned as, and so it'll change your pet to it. I think that's what I've heard. I think that's pretty cool. Nice little trick. Everquesters like little tricks like that. They would do. There's a mage pet trick you can do to get so that your pet can have a long tail. And if you have one of these mage pets and then you give it an illusion and then you take off the illusion, the resulting mage pet afterwards will have like a longer tail, like a cool longer tail. So it's when they get an illusion and then come out of that illusion, they'll have this really long tail. So it's another like little illusion-y trick that people know how to do. So theory crafting, since harm touch cooldown is reduced by 1 minute for using Reeve, it would work to use it well with Spellblade like Pally's use Smite. Unfortunately not, because you would have to have a real spell, I think. It has to be in your first gem. For anything for Spellblade to proc, it has to be in the first gem. So I don't think you can actually put Reeve there. Or harm touch for that matter, because it's like a AA. So it has to be a real spell, I believe. Also, I wish it wasn't the first gem. The first gem is a valuable gem to use for like for spell casting. I wish it was like the last gem. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We got to take what we can. The only reason I say that is because my hands, I use WASD. I use tab to tab. I use WASD to move. And so my home row, my first row of hotkeys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're all within reach of that. And so 1 is a valuable button. We kind of lose that button with Spellblade, with the spell gem being on Spellblade being the first spell gem. I wish you could pick which spell gem. If that makes any sense. Only just because that's an active button, right? You're usually pretty active with that button, so it's taking up space on a valuable button. All right. What time is it? 12:40. Not bad, not bad. I'd say we have about maybe 20-ish minutes left. I got about 20 minutes in me, chat. And then I gotta go upstairs and make lunch for my mom and I. That was productive, though. We got 60% through the level. It's pretty good. We'll definitely be able to get 50 tomorrow. You use your first spell gem for your most used spell? Exactly, dude. Exactly. I use my first spell gem for my most used spell too. Hey, there it is.
Excuse me.
Oh, what a polite orc. What a polite orc. I can imagine him wearing like a bib, you know, like a nice little bib, and he's on his tray table. He's eating and he's eating and he's eating. And
Excuse me.
he puts his 2 fingers on his lips. Doesn't Spellblade use your first spell too? It does, it does. So it uses your first spell gem. Whatever you put in the first spell gem will take that spell and use it as a proc. And it'll be at 33% less mana. You know what I mean? So it's nice, it's nice. But then you don't really cast that spell gem, right? Because you're proccing it. So if I could switch that to my last spell gem and have it just proc, it'd be a little nicer. It'd be a little nicer. It'd be like one more hotkey I could use. It's not too critical. It depends on what you're using it for too. For a while there, I had my AoE Mez in that slot, and so I was proccing AoE Mez. I would get a big pull of like 4 or 5 frog locks, you know. My AoE Mez would proc off and mez them all down, lock them all down. And so in that situation, it was convenient because then I could manually cast it as well, right? Sometimes I manually casted it also instead of only relying on the proc. But when I use my life tap, I'm not really actively tapping that much. I am proccing the life tap, but I'm not like pushing the button so much. It's just a lot of different play styles. It doesn't make or break it. How's my average viewer number for today? Good question. Good question. Probably pretty close. Let's check. 83. I think that's good. That's good. Right now, according to my achievements, today and yesterday didn't actually count towards the next month. Today and yesterday counted towards the previous month. So these last 2 streams were just kind of extra. There's like a weird cutoff time. I don't know. I think it starts when you start, something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see. But we still don't have any credit towards June yet. So we'll have to do some more. We're hoping for some more. But you know, I still feel like you should stay within that range if I can. It's been pretty nice. It's been pretty nice. Yeah, it's a 30-day window from when you start, not the calendar month, I think. Yeah, exactly. And so my start month, let me look here. I think it's the 4th. So basically anything from the 5th and beyond is going to be counted towards the next goal. I think. I don't know. But I'm very happy with where we are. And so I can appreciate everybody and all the help everybody's done by watching the stream, lurking the stream, all that kind of stuff. It's been super helpful. Very positive vibes. It makes me feel really good. I feel like the community has risen up to try and help me, and also a lot of other streamers that are in the category for the last, month, trying to get a little credit, trying to push towards partner and stuff like that. It's hard to do, and it was a lot harder to do prior to the system now. So I can appreciate a lot of the changes. So it's been really awesome. It's been really awesome, you guys. You think what Night Rider means is the date is irrelevant. It's your average over the last 30 days. Yeah. And my 30-day span, I think, starts on the 4th and goes forward. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get to the next bracket. Then we'll really be paying a little more attention to it. All right, Rakib, thank you so much for that sweet, sweet orc poem. This one is called Pancake by Shel Silverstein, as read in the York voice.
Who wants a pancake? Sweet and piping hot. Good little Grace looks up and says, I'll take the one on top. Who else wants a pancake? Fresh off the griddle. Terrible Teresa smiles and says, I'll take the one in the middle.
It's called Pancake by Shel Silverstein, as read in New York voice. Lurkin, hey Kildare, how you doing, dude? We appreciate that, Lurk. We're getting ready to wrap it up. We're getting ready to wrap up here. It's about lunchtime here on the West Coast, and I'm getting a little hungry. I'm getting a little bit of hungry. But we got about 59% through the level. Nice solid 59er. And we got 9 AA points in the bank, so we'll probably distribute some of those soon. Figure out what I want to do. But yeah. So we got some upgrades. Yesterday we went down to the Ghost Castle and we did some we got some equipment upgrades, so that was pretty nice. I'm almost ready to start doing some of the raid content, so that'll be pretty fun. I do want to get to level 50, so we'll probably finish that up on tomorrow's stream, get to level 50, and just go from there, just see where the winds take us, as they say. Hey Armorous, how you doing? Is Epic soloable? It's only Classic right now, but yeah, I would say so. I mean, you might need a little help. The Shadow Knight Epic has the last boss is pretty tough of the Shadow Knight Epic. So I could see needing a little help for that. Which I will be doing the Shadow Knight Epic. They estimate, so far from what I've heard, and these are just rumors, but we know that the game is due to launch sometime in July. We don't have a specific date yet. And then there's been some rumors that the Kunark expansion, they're trying to push for like December-ish. So we'll have to get 64 epics to raise them to plus 10. Not necessarily, no, because you'll be able to use your alt currency, your motes. So right away when you get your epic, if it's a tier 0, that is, which it should be when you first get it, you'll be able to use a mote of infinitesimal potential to bring it up to tier 1. You'll be able to use lesser motes to bring it to 2, and etc. So that's what most people want to save their good motes for, is for harder and rarer equipment. Alright guys, I'm ready to get out of here. Go get some lunch. Because I am hungry. Ooh, we got a warrior. The evil warrior is attacking. Let's show him to the Dorier. Better off farming low level +4 to farm motes? I would say so, yeah. You also get better motes for doing the raid content too. So you can get like tier 5, tier 6 motes and stuff like that too. From doing raid stuff, so. All right. Ooh, Q's online. Hey. That's who we'll raid. We very rarely get a chance to raid Mr. Q. So that's where we're going today, you guys. All right. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining me today on the stream, supporting us through that big partner push. It's been a lot of fun. We got level 49 today. Huge gains, huge gains. So we will see you guys on the next stream. Farewell.